Hi, my name is Gracelyn Jones, and this is my self-introduction presentation. To let you know a little bit about my backstory, my parents got divorced before they were even 20, and my mother took me through her young years in the slums of Jackson, Mississippi. In my case, the justice system did well by me, and I was put into my father's custody, thrown into a life of home-cooked meals, therapy, and the pressures of a high-class small-town society. Webster Dictionary has 3 definitions of borderline. One of them is not fully classified as one thing or its opposite. The second is not quite up to, typical of, or as severe as what it is, usual, standard, or expected. The final one is characterized by psychological inability in several areas such as interpersonal relationships, behavior, and identity. But with only brief or no psychotic episodes. I found in the short amount of time that I can relate to all 3 of these descriptions of this word. As I psychoanalyze myself and the polarization of both my childhood environments, for the millionth time for this self-introduction assignment, I find that the advantages and disadvantages of both my environments have made a very big impact in who I am today. Now let's look at the environments and see what effects they might have caused in the future. There are advantages to experiencing 2 different environments as a child. I have borderline personality disorder, and it allows me to gauge how people are feeling better than a normal person based on nonverbal communication and facial expressions. I can empathize on a higher level because my emotional sensitivity is higher than the average person. I know how to sympathize with someone who has hurt me in the past, which makes me live a better life in the long run. I got to experience 2 lifestyles. That was interesting. To see 2 different cultures is very, very interesting. I viewed a more urban culture with my mother and a Judeo-Christian suburb culture with my father. I cherish different things from both, but I'm glad I experienced it. However, sometimes both environments had their dark abyss that was not on the pamphlet I was handed when I fell out of the turnip truck. There are a few disadvantages to having 2 environments as a child. I had to learn to be independent at a young age. My mother was young and foolish, and I was in a lot of situations with someone irresponsible any younger than the age of 22 in charge of me. It can be very hard not having a parental guardian in charge of you. I did not have many childhood friends to learn things from until I was about 6, so I pretty much played and grew up in important stages of my life alone, which makes you independent. Because I grew up alone, I might have missed some social development. Because of not socializing properly as a child, I believe that's the reason I struggle with interpersonal relationships. I believe the quick environmental change in my childhood caused the lack of serotonin in my brains and the glands in my brain that provide this chemical to not produce enough. Let me conclude by saying that though I have gone through different environments and dealt with turmoil most people have not experienced, I do not wish a different childhood. The environment around you plays a large part in shaping the person you are, and both of my environments and their advantages and disadvantages played a large role in how I think and how I react in situations. The past environments we are in do not define us. I treasure and am thankful for all the lessons I learned from the environments I experienced that majorly changed my path in life before I could even realize it. Thank you. Goodbye.